Hello, and welcome to Misha's Art Studio. This week I'm finally bringing an old idea to life using a frog I found at secondhand store, and it has been sitting on my shelf for what feels like forever. One day I accidentally placed a broken pot on top of it. The red one you see in the right corner, or top right corner. And suddenly I had a vision, like a really nerdy one if you ask me. And some of you might already guess who I'm thinking of, and if not, don't worry, I will reveal it later. I wouldn't leave you in suspense like that. So let's just get into shaping the form, planning, and then onto shaping. If you don't know the name for the creature, it's Bulbasaur. So the frog and the pot became Bulbasaur. And when mixing the colors, I tried to go somewhat close to what Bulbasaur have as a base, though in the end it did change a lot. This color started up very yellow, and I tried to make it somewhat greener, and later on you will see I have a problem with those colors. For the base of the skin, or what you can call it, I went for a bluish green color, and it's kind of like mint. If you could taste it, it would be mint. Yeah. And now on to the problem. I had a big problem. Let's see it. Okay. I thought the dried dots of color would be easily brushed off, but it seems they don't want to. So I need to do something new. Or maybe not redo the whole thing, but I need to clean it up and choose a new color. Even though I like this color and how it matches up with the other one, this combination of color is dried and not usable if I want a clean slate on it. Which is very frustrating. Oh well, I clean it up and be right back. Okay. I cleaned it up, though now it looks super messy. That's the process of my work. It's messy and then it's less messier. You're doing alright, Bulbasaur. The colors I previously used was cobalt blue and cadmium yellow. These are both very dry, but I try to use them anyway with fluid retarder. It did work. I mean, I have the color here, but if you look closely, it's like small bits of dried color. All these dots are just dried. So this combination is good color-wise, but not with my colors, and I don't want to go and buy some new. Not yet, because I have all these. Maybe I could use lemon jello, and instead of cobalt, maybe use, let's see, that's green shade. It can actually work. Okay, let's try these two, and hopefully I get something I like. It's very promising. I don't have any dry dots in this paint, and it's somewhat close off. With this, I can actually do it with the colors I have. And then I just need to add to the list. I need to buy some cobalt blue and cadmium yellow. Now onto the details and the shading and the forming with colors for the body. I try to not think too much and plan too much. I do have an idea of how I would like it to look like, but I don't have exactly planned like, oh, I'm gonna use this color on that place. I'm just testing out things, basically. And in the background, you may or may not hear my little pup, who's playing with her bone. So that's the noise, if you're wondering. Yes, thank you. She says hello. These spots on the head will change because I didn't like how it was placed like on top of the head and you couldn't really see them when it was placed. Like Bulbasaur looked at you and you couldn't see the spots. I didn't like that, so I made them somewhat bigger in the end and also placed them a bit more forward. But anyway, they are there now. They were part of the process. And I want to show that even though you decide to do something, you can change it after. And especially when it comes to art and creating stuff, like, don't be afraid to do the wrong thing and change something. Test the new thing. Like, don't give up just because it didn't work the first time. Like, this is my... this is basically not a frog, it's a Pokemon. But it's my second or third frog. I'm not a master in painting frogs. I'm just liking to paint like something 3D dimensional instead of flat. It's something more alive. I feel like I'm Frankenstein creating a monster, but just cuties. I don't know where I wanted to come with Frankenstein or explaining my process, but I guess it's somewhat a motivational talk to motivate you to do the thing. Sometimes the hardest part of creating is simply starting, especially when you don't know exactly what will happen. Even if you have never done something before, try it. Test it out. Don't fear the unknown and don't fear doing the wrong thing. Because what is the wrong thing, really? The wrong thing might feel frustrating. It might make you feel you need to start over. It might even make you feel like you're bad at what you're doing. But in the end, it's all knowledge. Every mistake teaches you something. Every wrong step gets you a little closer to understanding what works. It's okay to have feelings about the process, the good ones and the bad ones. And it's okay not to know everything from the start. When you redo something, you almost always get better at it. That's part of learning. The worst thing you can do when facing the fear of the unknown is to stop, to not do it. If I had stopped after seeing the result of mixing old paint, this piece would never have been finished. If I had stopped after realizing I placed the spot too far back on the head, it wouldn't have been finished. And if I had stopped because I didn't have an exact plan for what to do next, then Bulbasaur would be sitting on a shelf, waiting for some unknown future. So just do it. Create, test things out, make mistakes. Subconsciously, we often learn that doing the wrong thing is something we should avoid. Maybe because people around us react strongly to mistakes. But being comfortable with getting things wrong is actually powerful, because if you are willing to make mistakes, you are much more likely to keep going instead of freezing. Do it, create, don't fear the unknown. Make mistakes. So now, let's sit back and watch the rest of the process. Thank you for watching this far. This is much further than my viewers usually watch, and I'm grateful. If you enjoy seeing my creations and hearing my thoughts about the creative process and why we shouldn't fear the unknown, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. I also love to hear your thoughts. Do you really think it's good to do the wrong thing sometimes? Or do you disagree? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. In the description, I've also listed all the colors I use for this painting. Oh, I mean the sculpture. It's not a painting, my bad. For anyone who's curious. Until next time, keep creating, don't stop, just rest when you need to.